We are proud to introduce our final product for the Create-a-thon, Mir, the productivity robot. We are Leora Jones, Armin Moinian, Jasmine Urshov, and Nikki Dos Santos, and our mentor is Rafa Waid. Next slide.
We are all from the deep learning track, and the theme that we chose for this year's Sure Start Create-a-thon is the physical health and mental well-being management. Next slide.
So we decided to focus on physical health and mental well-being management. We felt that with COVID, a lot of people kind of felt out of control and they didn't really have a chance to de-stress, and they felt unmotivated and they weren't able to do the normal activities that they used to be able to do. So we wanted to create something that would help people manage that and teach people how to regulate another aspect of their life.
As some of you may know, we have conducted a survey on Google Forms, which gained about 36 responses. From there, we tried to find things that people struggled most with when it came to time management. Two of the top options that we got were motivation and getting started in the first place. So additionally, some distractions that we have to seek to combat that we got from our survey was mind wandering, as well as phone usage on social media or other sites. Next slide, please. So additionally, from the survey, we also tried to find some other apps and services that people found helpful. Three of the big ones that we found were Study Buddy, Headspace, and AlloBud. Study Buddy is an app that allows you to study alongside other individuals whilst being able to hold each other accountable. Headspace was a meditation app to assist in easing anxiety and stress whilst improving the people's focus. Finally, AlloBud was an app that allows you to pause and relax before going back to work. From this, we tried to find the parts that worked for everyone. One thing we found was being able to talk to some sort of chat bot or person on the other line can be very helpful in this sort of sense. Next slide.
Now let's talk a bit about our target audience. The audience we want to assist with our products are young people who have trouble staying productive, have trouble completing their tasks, or frequently feel unmotivated. Our target demographic are students in high school and college, as well as young adults who work. Next slide.
So our solution is Mir, which means peace in Russian. Our hope is that, like a mirror, it helps you see a reflection of your better self by being able to do the things that you want to do.
So let's go a bit more in depth into our solution. Mir is a chatbot that attempts to make users more productive and encourage users to complete their tasks. When a user relays a specific response or message to the bot about their progress on a task, or how they're feeling about their progress on a task, or how they're feeling about their tasks in general, or anything else related to their workflow, the bot will respond with relevant advice. The bot also responds with motivational statements when the bot thinks that it is appropriate. The responses of the Mir bot were to actually sound human, or like something a human would actually say.
So this is our quick workflow. So our code works through a JSON file, and when the user puts a sentence in, it figures out through a bag of words if that sentence responds to anything else that from the groups that we've created. We use the feed-forward neural network, and then once it figures out if the words from the user responds to any of the groups from the JSON file, it decides that the best response for the user will come from that group, and it picks one of the responses that we've made. So all our data comes directly from things that we've inputted. And then here's a quick code demonstration. If you guys need to see it better, I can also pull up the code in real life, and we can also work through it a little bit if you want to, and show an example of the bot working. So the first part is mainly just all the import statements for the different file. We use Jupyter because it allowed us to use TF-Learn, which wasn't super compatible with Google Colab. The next parts are some arrays that work with the bag of words. As you can see right here, and that words, labels, docs X and docs Y. We also had to stem our words for the bag of words so that it could figure out the main parts of each sentence and use that to figure out which group it belongs to. Next part was training your model, as you can see right there. And then the last part is just the bag of words and then the chat function, which you can see in action here. A few examples. So, hi, it responds with, hi there, how can I help you? I need help. It responds with something encouraging. You've been working hard. I need a break. It might give you a suggestion of something to do for a break, like trying some yoga poses. If you're feeling unmotivated, it might give you a quote like, sometimes things may not go your way, but the effort should be there every single time, by Michael Jordan. If you want words of encouragement, it might be another quote like, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. And if you want to be able to have a suggestion, just a random assignment to do and start out with, just so you can start on something, you can do that as well as with the suggestion command. And then it will ask you to input your assignments separated by a comma, as you can see below, and then it will randomly choose one demonstrated right now, as there's 4 assignments, and then it tells you should do statistics. You can also say thank you, and to stop the bot, you just have to type quit.
To represent how we would integrate this model into an app, we created a mobile application prototype. Next slide, please. Let's say that someone's struggling to find the energy to study, which causes them to lose focus on their work. When the user opens the app, Mir will give them a warm greeting and ask them what they need help with. The user will indicate that they're tired, and Mir will provide them with a few suggestions to boost their energy levels. Once the user completes the activities, a celebratory animation of Mir will appear on the screen, along with the message to cheer on the user for prioritizing their wellness. Next slide, please. In the future, we hope to work more on gamification, education, and productivity. To improve the user experience, gamification through rewards will motivate the user while providing gratification for their efforts. We also hope to provide more educational content related to mindfulness and productivity. And lastly, in the future, we want to be more involved in the user's progress by helping them with managing and prioritizing tasks so that users can work more efficiently. Next slide. And on behalf of Team 14, thank you for listening to our presentation, and thank you to everyone at Sure Start for giving us the opportunity to be at the MIT FutureMakers program.
Okay, can we go ahead and give this team a round of applause? That was really great. I feel so honored to be a part of room 3. I really feel like we had to have had the best presentations here in this room. Can we go ahead and give all of our teams today a round of applause? Wonderful. So we have some time for some questions. We're just going to take a couple of questions for this team. So let's go ahead and have a couple of questions in our chat box if possible. And also if you'd like to raise your hand. And then very quickly,